So we're going to go over 3 ways to solve this problem. I'm not going to solve it for you, but I will give you all the information you need in order to solve it yourself. So we're going to go over 3 strategies. First is a double number line. Next is setting up a proportion. And last, we'll do a shortcut once we understand the first 2. You can use any strategy you would like, whichever one makes the most sense to you. So let's start with a double number line. To start here, I'm going to start with 2 number lines. The bottom one is going to show our percent, and the top one is going to show the money saved. So we know in our problem that we're buying headphones that are 30% off, and their original cost is $45. We need to know how much money we save with that 30% off sale. So we know that if we save no money, it's 0% off. We also know that since the cost is $45, if we saved $45, that would be the entire cost. That would be 100% of our headphones. And we're trying to find 30%. So let me kind of figure out where that would be. Here would be 50%. So then we have 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So let me fill that in. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So right here is where we are looking for. We want to know how much money we save using that 30% off. This is what we're looking for. So similarly to how at first I found 50% here, because that's half of 100. So let's take half of 45 and see how much we would save if it were half off. Well, in that case, we would save $22.50 because 45 divided by 2 is 22.5. So right here, 22.50. So that's 50% off. We still need to get down to 30. Now, I can't divide 50 by any particular number to get 30. But I can divide 50 by 5 to get 10 and use that to get up to 30%. So we know 50 divided by 5 is going to give us that 10%. So let's do the same thing up here. Let's do 22.5 divided by 5. When we type that in a calculator, we get 4.5. So if we saved 10%, we would save $4.50. So let's use that to help us find 20%. So let's double 4.5 times 2 would be $9. So then if we saved another 10% to total 30, how much would that be? So that's our double number line. Now let's look at setting up a proportion. So we use the same proportion no matter what we're trying to find, part, whole, or percent, by doing part divided by whole equals percent out of 100. So let's look at the 2 numbers that were given. 30% and $45. Let's look at 30% here. Does it make sense to be the part, the whole, or the percent? Well, notice how there's a percent sign here, so it's going to go where our percent sign is. So instead of writing a percent, I'm going to write 30, and we have our 100. So then the next thing we need to determine is this $45 the part or the whole? $45 is the original cost. So in that case, it's going to be the whole. So it's going to go on the bottom. And how much we save is what we're looking for. So that's going to go there for our part. Now we have done this before. There are 2 steps that we're going to use to solve this. First, multiply the diagonal. And then the second thing is divide what's left. So since we have a question mark here, this is not the diagonal we're going to use. We're going to multiply here, and then 100 is what's left. So then we're going to divide by 100. All right, and now let's look at our last part, our shortcut. So the shortcut when we're looking for the part is we're just going to multiply the percent by the whole amount. So we know the whole is $45. We also know the percent is 30. But in order to multiply these together, I can't do 30 times 45. I have to turn the percent into a decimal. So in order to do this, we're going to divide by 100. So we could do 30 over 100 times 45, or 30 over 100 is equal to the decimal 0.3. So we can multiply that by 45 as well. Either one of these options will give you the part, which is what we're looking for. So whichever of these 3 options makes the most sense to you, you are welcome to use to solve the problem.